Hi again, and thanks for watching another one of my blog posts. Today I want to talk about pressure, and this is something that we're all super familiar with. Ever since we were little kids, we've had pressure to get good grades, to get our chores done, to do better than the other kids on the sports team, to get into a good high school, a good college, get a good job. We've heard it our whole lives, and it never seems to end. Like, there's never a point where we're like, oh yeah, I've made it. I don't have to feel pressure. I don't have to feel stressed anymore. And I think personally that's really sad. And I don't want to live my whole life that way, feeling stressed out and feeling like I'm not quite good enough. Um, so I think that a lot of this comes from the fact that we believe our value comes from our achievements. We believe that if we work really hard, we'll be successful. And then we'll finally be able to feel good about ourselves once we're successful. And the problem is, it never really seems to be enough. No matter how good of a job we get, we never really feel fulfilled. And it turns into this big cycle, and a lot of people end up feeling really miserable and really empty. So we're not taught to find our calling. So we're not taught in the education system to find what we really, really love to do. We are kind of overwhelmed by this fear of not doing what we think we have to do or what we're supposed to do. We worry that we will fail, that we'll end up broken on the streets. We worry about what people will think. So we end up doing all these things that we feel we have to do instead of taking the time to stop and actually give ourselves time to be creative, to explore, to find the things that really make us feel passionate and really drive us and really make us feel like we are contributing to the greater good, to the world, and doing what make us happy. Um, a lot of the times we've completely lost sight of what it even is that makes us happy. So I've come up with a few strategies that I find really help me figure out what it is that I love to do. So every day, no matter what you're doing, it's super helpful to stop and simply ask yourself, why am I doing this? Am I doing it because I'm afraid of what will happen if I don't do it? Am I doing it because I feel like I have to, because I feel like that person will judge me if I don't do it? Or am I doing this because it helps me work towards this greater goal that I have that will actually make me happy someday? Am I doing this because I love helping other people? Am I doing this because I love doing this job or this creative thing or whatever it may be for you? Are you doing it because it's giving you enjoyment in the moment, or are you just doing it because you have to and you can't wait for it to be over? And then you'll feel good at the end of the day because you accomplished something. But then where does that end? You'll just end up doing the same thing again tomorrow. Um, I recently had a conversation with a guy who just got a new job, and the highlight of his week is the fact that he gets a free bagel every Friday morning in his office. And mm, if I ever get to that point in my life, I'm going to really, really have to reevaluate, because if that's what I'm looking forward to every weekend, or if I'm looking forward to the weekend every weekend being done my job, then I I feel like I'll be wasting so much time. And we all have so much potential that we could be using during the week, doing things that we love and actually making a difference, or actually being a lot more productive than we are in our jobs that don't really mean that much to us. And I think that we're just so afraid to take risks because we're worried about letting people down or being failures. And if we're worried about being failures all the time, we really don't have that much opportunity to actually be successful. And success shouldn't be measured in how much money we make or how successful people think we are. It should be measured in how happy and satisfied we actually are in our lives. Like, isn't that the goal? Isn't that what we want? And if we think that we'll be happy when the next thing comes around, when we get our promotion, or maybe I'll be happy at this new job, even though it's not really what I love, at least it's different, or at least it pays more. That's not fulfillment. That's not real happiness. And it's the same in the gym too, like working out. If you go because you want to lose a couple pounds, or you want to simply look better, or you feel guilty, you feel like you have to go, the cycle's just going to keep going. You're never actually going to get anywhere. You're just going to get discouraged and stop going. Go because you love it. You like getting your stress out, or because it feels good, and find something that you like to do in the gym. Like, don't slave away at cardio if you hate it. And it's the same with jobs. It's the same with everything that we do. Ask yourself why you're doing it. And if the answer is because I have to, it's probably not the right reason. And granted, sometimes there are things that we have to do. We have to pay our bills. Sometimes to do the job we love, we have to go to college and take a stupid GE class that we don't love. There are things that we have to do, and there are value in those things. But we should have a greater goal in mind that leads us to our greater fulfillment, or at least something along those lines. And it's different for everyone, but I just wanted to encourage everyone watching to not settle for feeling obligated and only feeling good about themselves for their achievements. We have value no matter what we do. We have value simply for being human, for being alive, and we shouldn't feel like we have to earn that. So that's all I have to say, and please comment with video topics because I would love to talk more and I want to know what you guys want to hear. So thank you. Have a good weekend. Do what you love.